positive is there.
So you ladies are obviously pro-choice, I'm assuming, because you're carrying the fan proudly. How do you feel about the Republican platform? Did you watch Ryan's speech, Romney's speech? Do you have any response?
They were playing Romney's speech when we were out at a bar on Thursday.
The other night, yeah.
And everyone was watching it, and Bronwyn was being very vocal.
I was being very vocal. I had a couple of drinks, so it made me feel.
Sometimes it's hard not to yell at the television when certain people are speaking.
It's extremely irritating, especially when you have a bunch of men surrounding you talking about their opinion, and it's clearly against mine, and I just don't feel like they have any say in it whatsoever. I mean,
I feel like it's been very disappointing the past couple of weeks, just the things that people have been saying, and especially people who aren't females, and they're very ignorant.
About men making decisions about what women can do with their bodies.
And making very ignorant comments. There was bacon, and there were quite a few.
Comments like what? What stuck with you?
The illegitimate rape comment about how your body will shut down and you won't have a pregnancy if you're legitimately raped.
In an interview, Tom Smith, a Republican from, I think, Pennsylvania, he was candidly interviewed about his position on everything, and he compared being raped
to was it being pregnant out of wedlock?
That's what it was, being pregnant out of wedlock.
Just
completely agree.
I don't pretend like I'm an expert on anything, but at least I don't go around making policy decisions for Americans based on things that are just opinion.
Or religious, whatever. Church and state, whatever.
So are you ladies old enough to vote?
Yes.
Okay. Were you old enough to vote last election?
I was.
You were? Okay.
I voted for Obama last election. I'm an independent, so I voted both. I voted Republican primary, and then I voted for Obama overall. Because whenever I first started voting, I was heavily influenced by my parents, and by the time everything rolled around, I was kind of out on my own, so I had different opinions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so will you all be voting this time? Okay. Okay. And is this issue, the pro-choice issue, something that's getting you to the polls?
Definitely in local and state level, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Social issues are pretty important with me since they hit so close.
And you hear about them a lot more from your local representatives. I feel more so, like on the state level, sometimes I feel like maybe those are the interviews I have access to, so I hear them talk about it a lot more. And I feel that you have more of an impact at your local and state level. So.
Okay, so are you also working to get the vote out, get other people, like to spread the message to your friends and your communities, or?
It probably should be more, but like I said, I don't claim to be an expert on anything, so I know my personal opinion, but
I like to have conversations about it with people. I think that's important.
Sure.
I'd rather for people to be educated about it than just to go and vote for,
voting for the party.
Like, I want them to know. And too many people do.
Yeah. North Carolina is a very important swing state, right?
Yeah,
so,
we are.
and this is a key issue for women. So, I think makes a big difference, how many people you can outreach to and, try to get people educated, like you said. And it can, like literally the future could be in your hands. You guys have a lot of power here, being locals, being passionate about this issue.
How are things going in California? Are people talking about it a lot? Is that a big issue out there?
I think it's a big issue everywhere, for women everywhere. Ann Romney, is all about motherhood, apparently. But, it's like a very, I don't know, the Republican platform, I find it to be ironic that they're supposedly so pro-women, in speech, like in her speech was, pro-women, but then the platform, really isn't. So, I think it's a key issue, the pro-choice issue is a key issue, in all states. But, California is a very blue state. It's pretty much, the deal is sealed there, so my vote there isn't going to make nearly as much of an impact as your votes here.
True.
So,
I think that's where my opinions come through so much, because I feel like I'm very feminist in nature anyway, so that's how my opinion about politics gets swayed.
And I feel like it's bad though, because so many people our age get such a bad reputation about like being feminist. I feel like people roll their eyes a lot of the time, and they're like, you only feel that way because you're young and you haven't really had to make that many choices or anything like that. But whenever you hear something that you know for sure that you don't agree with, whether or not I've had to make a decision regarding a lot of these issues or not, I know how I feel about my body. Mm-hmm. So, and as a woman, I think I'm entitled to an opinion on women's rights.
And it shouldn't matter to anybody else but me. My choice.
Well, it's nice to see you here. Can I get your name, please, for the record?
I'm Dana. Do I do my last name?
If you don't mind.
Dana Boone.
Dana Boone.
Bronwyn Vidal.
Bronwyn? Mm-hmm. Wow, interesting name.
Megan Henning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking with me, ladies. Enjoy yourself.